On a moon day, with the moon goddess herself, the high priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, the first child of God, Lilith reincarnated. You know, it's funny as I say that, it's like the first child. Well, we were created at the same time, but Adam's not here to claim his, his throne. So, you guys speak for the Adams and the Eves. That's how this works. I'm here with Adam and Eve's children. How did that happen? Anyways, you know the big book of stories, it gets a little creepy as to why I'm here. What's up, everyone? In order to keep up with me, you would have to catch that really long video last night. That was crazy. That turned into some serious shit. Did a lot of crying. And whatever I posted on my community page. What did we start with today? Oh, magnetize yourself. That was lame to me. What a spineless pussy is what I saw in that video. What did it say? A feminine karmic will not allow this masculine to contact you, so they're trying to send you messages in this spiritual. You pussy ass. Your warden won't let you call. What else does she not let you do? She don't let you do a lot of shit, huh? The fuck? That's your girlfriend? Or that's your fucking boss? Ooh. The Ace of Wands fell out. Where's your willpower? I thought it was hilarious. I was like, what a clown. Yeah, do what she said. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Listen to your wife, your girlfriend. You listen to your authority in your life. Do what you're fucking told, bitch. This is what I got out of that. I was like, what a clown. Like, I really want this type of guy talking to me anyways that can't tell his bitch that I... You know what I mean? Like, and that's really going back to it. It's like, if you're not going to stand up to me and our relationship, you go out and be a clown, you're making me look bad, bro. I don't want a man that's not going to stand up to me. I need a man that's, ultimately... Wow, did that just come out? Yep. I need a man that's going to put me in my place sometimes. That reminds me of my place. Not that he's above me, but in the sense of, you know what I mean? Like, hold up, bitch. Hold up, bitch. Hold up, bitch. You're tripping. Now, I'm going to listen to you and you're going to listen to me trip, but then we're going to go through this trip and realize, yeah, you're right. I have no right to limit who you talk to, where you go, and what you do. That's a lack of trust and faith in our connection. Anyways, I'm just saying that, and I don't want to be in a relationship like that where I got to be controlling, possessive, fucking insecure, and, sneaky, and trying to, you know what I mean? Always wondering what the fuck you're doing. Trying to limit you from your doings. I don't have time for that, bro. Live your life. I shouldn't have to worry about who lives under the roof with me and what they're doing. I shouldn't have to worry about your phone. I shouldn't have to worry about shit, bro. Not no ex-girlfriends, not nothing. I shouldn't have to worry about you. In the sense of, that's what she's doing. You can't talk to her. And you do everything that bitch says. That's why you're in a bitch-ass relationship. In the sense of, like, I could tell you that. And if you want to, you know what I mean? If you want to do what I say, that's cool. But at the same time, it's like, who am I to control your life? Why wouldn't I want you to talk to somebody? Because of how it, you know what I mean? What? You're going to learn this lesson, dude. And again, I shouldn't have to have these conversations with any kind of man. Do you know what I mean? But then you look at the message and it's like, he's still trying. Now he's trying to do it spiritually. He knows how to connect with me spiritually. That's bullshit. Leave me alone. If you can't make it real in the real life, then it's not real. If you can't pick up the phone and talk to me, then you have no right to talk to me. Just because I'm psychic doesn't mean anything. It's like, that doesn't make, that's bullshit, if you ask me. So that's where I started. I was like, ugh, losers. Who's that loser? I don't know. Who's got a karmic female in their life that's fucking hovering over them and won't let them live their life? Hey guys, stand up and take a bow. Take a bow. What would she do if she knew you was watching me? What would she do if she knew how you felt about me? What's she gonna do to you? She's gonna make you pay. Right? Right, Bobby? Your wife's gonna make you pay. She's gonna take away your kids from you if you don't do what she says, bitch. Are they your kids or hers? You better do what the fuck that bitch says. I'm just saying, you're in powerless relationships. That's all I gotta say about that. All I gotta say is they don't really care about us. Good morning, Michael Jackson. Alright, let's start with the Ace of Wands. This is our current energy. Oh, I did get something cool. You're gonna believe it because I'm gonna tell you this is really what happened. So right now, I've been dying to talk to somebody. I gotta wait till 12 to talk to somebody, but I got questions. Lots of questions. Oh, I gotta call my son back and see if he got that job yesterday. My son called me. He told me how to interview yesterday. I told him how to claim that. I told him all of it. I was like, no, you say, it's like, I hope. I was like, no, you say God's given me this. And if God doesn't, he's getting you ready for a job. He's getting you ready, interview prepared and stuff. I told him exactly what to say and how to claim that job. I want to see if it worked. That's all. What else was I talking about? Oh, I saw a girl this morning, and she spoke to me. Again, I see lots of people. I don't speak unless spoken to. That's how I know that it's meant to be. You're supposed to speak to me. You were guided to speak to me. Guess what her name was? Morgan. I was like, Morgan, I asked her a question. I was like, this is my first couple of days I haven't spoke to anyone. I was like, what's like the time period here? She's like, it just depends. If you're productive, then, that's it. It's like, I've been here for 6 months. There's people that have been here for, over a year. It's like, but if you're just going to sit here and use it as a kickback place, then yeah, after your 30 days, they're going to ask you to leave. So I was like, all I got to do is get a job? She's like, not necessarily. You just got to be productive. It's like, wow. So that was a start to, that was the ignition of, the remix to ignition in the sense of, I don't know what's being asked of me. They've given me a blessing, but I don't know what I need to do to have, what comes with this blessing. You know what I mean? So that was cool. This morning I went out, and as I was going out, it was school time, dude. There was a million cars lined up. Not a million, but there was like 10 cars lined up. They looked like Ubers and Lyfts, but they weren't. They were those hop, skip, drivers coming to pick up kids to take them to school. And then there was an actual school bus that pulled up too. Caught it all. It was around 7 o'clock, all of them. And then later on, I saw some teenagers come out, like Milia size. Pretty nice, cool girls. I felt it. So, I feel people. I want to feel this. And so that was kind of cool. It's like, I'm waiting for it. The school navigation office opens at 9:30, which is in 30 minutes. And so I'm doing this until I go down there, and I'm going to try to start that right away. And, that's cool. It's Monday again. We're going through a portal. We're trying on a new reality for the week, see how it fits. Sometimes they last longer than a week or so. We're in a season. As the wheel turns, we're going into a new season. And so I don't think it's going to be, it'll last throughout a season at least. What else? Oh, I called Mr. Plum this morning because when I was looking at YouTube, I saw that Oklahoma got hit real hard. All of them are getting hit with these unbelievable tornadoes. And I was like, yeah, but guys, as much as I told you they were coming, it just doesn't take, it's a weather thing. It's called Tornado Alley, first off. And if you know how the flow of the air goes, it's like the cold air comes from the, the northwest, and it hits Colorado, and it catches this. It's a runway, bro. It's a runway from Colorado into Kansas. It runs. It's just this flow of invisible energy that pushes the air down. So it pushes this cold air down to the south, where the hot air is coming from the south, and that's where it's created. So, again, when I claimed this, it was 70 degrees in Colorado, and the next day it went to snow. That 70 degrees was coming from the southern weathers, but now we have a northern wind that's pushing with the southern, and that's what makes a tornado. Again, today it's back up to 70. It's going to be 70 again. And that's why I said it's so dangerous about spring, because spring is actually pushing in summer weather from the south, but the northern weather is still pushing from the north, and that's what creates the most destruction during spring. So, I called Mr. Plum. He said he had one that hit his town like a week ago. It hit outside of the town. It didn't go straight through, but it hit the west side, and then it died down, and then it hit the east side and did some damage. He said that there was like over 100 of them, and it's just the beginning of their season. That's like hurricane season. That's like rain season. This is a dangerous season. So I called to check on him, and he said he's good and stuff, and that's good. So let's start with this card. You may have been feeling restless, that more is possible, and now the Ace of Wands brings renewed vitality, creativity, energy, and expansion. A flash of inspiration reveals exciting possibilities, and this card gives you the go-ahead to get on with things immediately. The time for thinking has passed. Trust your instincts as you create a path, and as your creative path is being revealed. What does that mean for me? Again, mine is just expansion, meaning I don't have to do any more. I have to, you know what I mean, in the teachings and stuff, which obviously we're getting deeper and deeper and heavier, and they're just becoming more and more, you know what I mean, layered, I should say. I'm getting better at that all the time, you know what I mean, the levels we're going into. But the next thing is, for me, expansion means marketing and promoting. I need to put myself out. I need to get myself out onto a lot of places to be seen. Exposure, not expansion, exposure is what I'm being asked of. You know what I mean? It doesn't take a lot of effort. It's just tedious work of, you know what I mean, opening up apps, starting, you know, bios, you know what I mean, moving projects, this and that. It's a lot to maintain all of these, you know, all of the outlets, all of the platforms, and that's what it is stepping out onto other platforms and, you know, pushing that together. I might have to start another Instagram because the other ones are filled with my, you know what I mean, with my documentary stories. TikTok. I never did a Patreon. You're like, all of this? Yeah, bro, they want me everywhere. And that's where I'm like, maybe somebody's stealing my work and just putting me out there somewhere, and I don't even know it yet. It's not about money. It's about the message. She wants the message everywhere. You know what I mean? Spread the word. 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 So I do it through you, but now it's like, you know, that's it. Stepping into the High Priestess role. It's like, spread the word. They need to know who you are. And I was bullshitting about it. I just wanted to hide out in the woods, and I wasn't going to do all this, but I have to do it. I have to do it. And that's what it is, too. You know, when I sit down, they're going to ask me, you know, what is your goals? I'm working on a life documentary. I document my life. I am teaching spirituality. I am a walking creative project. And right now, in order for this to materialize, I need to give it all the time for marketing and promoting. I need exposure. You know, going back to building my spiritual center, I could easily recontact SCORE, get me another mentor, and take this to that next level. But that's not what it is. We're not building a physical church. We want it to spread through, you know, through the internet. Because the church is inside of you. It's not an actual place. And that's why I'm not building a physical church. I'm going to build spiritual rehabilitational centers. And that's where, you know, something like this really opens the eyes. Because I had ideas, similar ideas to this. And you get to see how their ideas formulated and what works, what doesn't work. You know what I mean? This is looking at how they're running this. This is perfect. You're housing hundreds of families. You found a working mechanism to get families rehabilitated. And that's what it is like, I'm going to start something new in the sense of it won't be Christian based, but usually a lot of these, you know what I mean, wraparound services and all of these social services and community services are a lot of Christian based because they come from Catholic charities. The Catholic charities fund, you wouldn't, and then that's why, you know, Trump is over there, you know, happy slappers with the Catholics, is they fund a lot. The church, they're one of the biggest churches in the world. They have, you know, they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. And as a non-profit, they're not supposed to be profiting off of this money. The only way they can stay is to give. You know what I mean? They have to give it back to communities. So they give it to, you know, these government-funded, you know, these government communities. Like, so you have the Catholic charities, but then you have the Salvation Army. And then you have the missions and all of these places. These are nonprofit organizations that naturally run off of, you know what I mean, money. But the money is put back into the communities, right? And that's what I myself will do. So I'm going to build something similar, but not based under just community-based, you know, because realistically, you're not going to have a Buddhist-based homeless, you know what I mean? The Buddhists don't pay for homelessness. You know what I mean? The Mormons don't pay for homelessness. The fucking Muslims don't pay for homelessness. The Celts, the fucking Africans, they don't pay for it. But yet, you know what I mean? It's almost like you must convert your religious beliefs to be part of, you know, government funding. You must convert in general. So as a spiritual learning center, it's still keeping the wholesomeness of everybody's spiritual beliefs and religious beliefs, but not based under, you know what I mean, government control or the Catholic Charities. Because that's ultimately what most of these, if you go into a lot of these community centers and you really ask them or you look it up, you're going to see it's coming from the Catholic Charities, most of it, and then the government. And that means they decide the rules. It's structured. It doesn't matter. You're going to act like it's almost franchised, if you will. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? And then you have to, you really have to sell yourself to get that kind of funding from those type of people. You know what I mean? Because this is like a 5, 10, 20-year fucking contract that they're gonna invest into your investment into the community. Because really what it is a nonprofit organization. Is you're showing the government that I am going to build America great again. But I need the funding, the outside funding. So in essence, the exposure is what a big thing is. So when you want to go to, get a record deal, they want to see that you've already got enough exposure. Their job is to take your exposure to the next level. But in essence, they want to see what you've got before you come. Not just the album. They want to see your followers. They want to see your ticket sales. They want to see your streams. They want to see what your value is. You have to create your business before you even get funding for your business. You have to be a business before you become a business. You have to run it like a business, right? In essence, they want to see, it's an investment. They want to see that first off, that you're invested in yourself and you're putting everything into your own self before they're even going to put anything into you. Second, they want to see the growth of this. They want to see the turnover. They want to see where you've come. You know what I mean? They want to see the data. They want to see, you know what I mean? What is this? Why should we make you the next biggest idol? What's your mission statement? What is the, it's a business. Everything is a business. Everything. Like, I have this idea for t-shirts. Okay, who are you going to sell those t-shirts to? How are you going to, after this t-shirt, what's going to be your next line? What's your growth product after that? You know what I mean? And when do you hit that? Where do you know that you've sold enough of this particular t-shirt that it's time to make the next t-shirt? Are we just doing a t-shirt? We're doing, weekly songs. That's what we do. We're just, you know what I mean? We're just pushing it out in the masses. You know what I mean? As much as we can. It's rather, I hear Marshall, you sold 10,000 albums, eh? That's because you put out 10,000 albums. That means one person every week. And that's it. It's like, how are you running your business? And that goes back to you, Ali. I'm picking on you right now. You're not taking this as a business. You haven't understood that what you do is a business. I don't know if you're signed or not signed, and if people are telling you how to make a business out of that. And I hate to be a know-it-all, but again, one of my other twin flames, Bri, runs a whole, the concert app, how to make music a job, a lifestyle, a fucking business, in the sense of he's not teaching you how to go get signed. He's teaching you how to make this a career. The consistency of it. How are you going to build fans? Look at his page, bro. You know what I mean? The difference between streams and fans. How to keep your money going off of your merch and your ticket sales. How to keep your ticket sales consistent. How to, build a community to where, it's basic. He basically breaks it down. He's been doing this for 20 fucking years of his life. He tells you he was signed in the beginning. And that's usually what happens. They think that's the way. All of our rappers were signed in the beginning. Marshall, you know what I mean? Until he made his own label. That was Logic. Russ, I think, weren't you signed? Do you know what I mean? They were. Until they realized, you know what I mean? They signed over, too much. And it wasn't worth it. I'll rather put my own money on it. And then once you are really good, then they come in and they want to buy into your business because they see the growth of your business. They see you growing and they want a piece of it. They're willing to give you whatever you want just to be a part of it. Yep. In essence, that's kind of where I am. So now it's like I have all of the material to show the growth and show that this works and show, who is your market? Every hurting person in the world? It's not limited to a particular market. I can hit all markets. Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? What is this? Healing. The whole thing that's going across. It's like, I'm taking in science, religion, medical, freaking, doctrine, philosophy, erotic. It's all of it. It's like there's not one area of life I haven't touched. The only thing that we're not a little bit, we're not very kid-friendly over here. But my kids is in it. But you see, it's not very kid-friendly. But even though, the more sophisticated children have grasped it and still can be part of this conversation as well. It makes us feel weird that they're in the room, but obviously they're ready to have the conversation too. That's what I mean. Is it's not, I would say 12 and up for sure. This is a 12 and up kind of channel, in the sense of there's a different, we need a children's ministry to the children, in the sense of we're not ministering to them, we're just teaching them. You know what I mean? Teaching them basic, kindness and life skills. How to, let go of, the same thing I'm teaching adults, dude. Competition and attention seeking and feeling left out and unworthy. All those things that I'm teaching adults, we just need to take a lighter approach to help the children. They're suffering too. Our inner child as adults is very relatable to them. They feel what we're feeling. And if we can, we can help them at their age. They're not going to be our age dealing with these feelings. So, ultimately, that's it. It's like I need to find ways to get to more people. You may have been feeling restless, a flash of inspiration. Let's see. Trust your instinct as your creative path is being revealed. You are in for a great adventure, but remember that the first spark still needs to be tended to in order to make the fire blaze into existence. The ace can be reckless, and you still need to consider your actions carefully in order to see any project through. And that's really it. It's like I'm sitting on $1 billion gold mine, and everybody knows it, bro. Everybody that's been with me through the beginning knows that I was nothing but you. And you watch me become unbelievably magical and awakening. It's $1 billion gold mine I'm sitting on. And that's why I said you're not going in there and getting those videos. You don't get to see those until they're on the big screen, bro. This is $1 billion fucking industry that God has created. It's worth billions, but it's priceless, to be honest. And am I charging for it? No. But will people pay for it? Yeah. But I'm a non-profit organization. That money that's being put into me is going to be put into what I just told you. Other families. Rebuilding other people. That's it. I'm a non-profit organization. And that goes back to all the money in my pocket. You see me blowing it? I got my nails done because you guys look at all my videos. That's gross. They needed to be done. I got my kids, we're basic. We've learned how to be humble. In the sense of, no, it's not about, and that's why people were always trying to get in on this and take this idea and try to use it and make it their own, because they knew this was going to be big. She's making a documentary. Once people see that, dude, she's going to be the biggest thing in the world. I'm not. God is. You don't understand that. It's just the messenger. And that's why I didn't want this placement. I don't want to be placed, as if all glory to me. It's all glory to God, bro. But these people wanted all that glory. And if anything, they wanted me to stop because they didn't want people to know how badly I exposed them in those videos. Russ isn't, it doesn't matter. He's just going through it like I am. Some of it's like, oh, fuck. You told them that? Well, you were there. Well, you know that I did. But in the essence, it's like everybody else wants me to stop. My boys don't want me to stop. They can't wait to see how this goes. And they know they're part of it, so they're excited for it, even though they're afraid of it. They've been part of it since the beginning. Everybody else wanted me to stop because it knew it was going to take away from them. This doesn't take away from the boys. It builds them up. If you haven't noticed, they're in the spotlight. You know what I mean? Yes, there's shadows and their pain and their suffering. But at least, they're the most... Going back to Russ. You know what I mean? It's like... You're like all of them. It's not even like main characters. We are the main characters of this, of God's, theatrics. But the theatrics is the movement of healing. We're set on top. And even though they're not doing it, it's through their pain and suffering, I can heal the world. And yes, when we look back, they're going to be like, dude, your stories, what you went through, I relate. Like, that's what you try to get out of people through your music. But I've exposed you to where people really can relate to you, Russ. Marshall sat there and I could feel it. He'd watch us and he'd watch you and I'd talk to him about it. It's like, you see yourself in him, huh? It's hard to see yourself in a whole nother person. See yourself struggling. Like you're so much more understood as I showed the world who you are. And they're going to love you so much more because they know that you're not what you say you are, but that you're more, that you're actually human. Nobody could relate to Marshall. Nobody even knew who Marshall was. You knew him as Eminem. But now you can look at him and you see him as a man. A real man that's got, real issues. And he's really sad. And he's really lonely. And he's really kind. And he's really funny. He's really vulnerable. And he's really sweet. I didn't know that man. But it's there. You can see it if you look close enough. I haven't spent no more time with him than you. I spend time with him in the spirit. I only get as much access as you, the internet, what he lets us see of his life. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't bring me to his hotel or nothing weird, And that's it. It's like you guys didn't know logic. You didn't know rules. You didn't know that Bobby and that myself and that fucking Allie, you didn't know who we really were underneath the names we carried. And now you really know these guys. Like I know them. And they're afraid of this story of being so known, but they're going to know that you're really human, and that's what makes you so special. You're a special human. You're not special as a rapper. All of you are rappers, bro. And then there's Bobby trying to compete with a bunch of rappers. Please don't be like them. Wolfman was like, maybe I'm going to be a rapper. Please don't. I have enough of them. I'm a rapper. We're all rappers. It's a rap. We don't want to be, we want to be special, and, you can't be a special rapper, but you can be a special human that can rap. And that's going back to Marshall. He wanted to show you that, he was special through his works, but he's special outside of his works. That's what makes it, yeah, he's a great rapper, and he's one of a kind, but his personality is what makes him one of a kind, not his music. And I'm saying Lewis does everything to stand out. Isn't he looking great? I gotta give you some props. Don't come out here with no fluffy shit. Lewis, you and that fluffy ass shit. But so far, he's dressing like a gentleman and looking good. But in the sense of, he's the only one that does it. He's like, look at me. Look at me. Now look at me. Now look at me. Come on. Is that Russ? Who else is doing this? Where does this come from? But you notice it, but it's funny because it's like, just like Kanye and just like Eminem. They don't want to be seen, but they want everyone to see him. It's like, we see you, bro. We can't not see you. You're the, loudest in the room, but you don't have to actually say anything. I always think about Logic telling that story of Kanye comes in all loud talking about, look at my new song. It could have been cool if he was like, oh, look, it's Kanye West. And it's like, who is that? Oh, it's Kanye West. Do you guys call him Yee? Would you walk up to him and say, what's up, Yee? Like, what's up, Kanye West? Just going back to it, it's like, how do you know so much about Kanye? It's right on the surface. You're just not paying attention to people, bro. You don't care about them. And they're famous. They were famous before I got here, but now they're going to be famous for being, human. And that's what brings them all down. It's like, you can't relate to famous people, but when you can relate to humans. And you see them in fame. I've always seen fucking celebrities as humans, bro. You're just a human that, made it to a place where people think you're not human. I can't believe she's human. It's Beyonce, bitch. She's human. She really is. She's got a cheating ass husband and insecurities, and she's out here competing with little girls just like you. She's a whole ass human ass bitch. Did you know that she has her son is on the spectrum and she hides him? Wow, right? I saw that in a post last week. She had twins, right? There's a girl and a boy, and the boy she hides because he's spectrum. What does that mean? It means that he has some kind of, something. I don't want to say anything just, wrong, but she hides him from the public eye because he has something. And it's funny because then, 2 weeks ago, I shared Colin Farrell's beautiful story about his son being on the spectrum and how that changed his life forever, and it taught him the utmost and unbelievable kindness towards, life. But then you got her, it's like, well, that's what happens when you brew babies in a fucking lab. They tend to have some deficiencies. And then you're mad because you tried to have a perfect son. And that's the Seer story, to be honest. Do you know the story of Seer? They call her Carolyn. I just want to point out I pronounce some names differently. People say Persephone. How do you spell phone? So how is that Persephone? It's Persephone. Anyways, going back to it. And Ceridwen, they call her Caradwen or something. But anyways, it's that, you know, her son was born not so beautiful and not so bright. So she, you know, she prayed to God to, you know, to come up with a tincture to save his life. I'm fine, just, I don't want him to have this life. Help me help my son. So, you know, by the help of the gods, that she was the first potionist myself, another story. And she learned, guided by gods, I'm going to make this potion, I'm going to make my son's life great. By accident, her helpmate spilt some, and it got on him, and now she was afraid that it had touched someone else than who it was made for, and she went out to destroy this person. It was a long-ass story. It was a long-ass story, and that goes back to witchcraft. Why do you go to witchcraft? Because you don't know what else to do. You need help. And a good witch will always do it to help someone else. She didn't try to do it, you know what I mean, for her own life. She just wanted her son not to have a persecuted life. You know? And that's where your heart is. And it's like, is Beyonce hiding her son because she doesn't want him to have a persecuted life? Or is she ashamed of her son and she wants all glory? And, okay, fine, that's Beyonce, but what about his father? What about Jay-Z? They're supposed to be great parents, but what about this child that we've never seen? You know, Blue Ivy or whatever her name is. You know what I mean? She's how old, but what about these other children? And that goes back to it. Kanye and Kim have 6 kids, and they're over here fighting about North. Have you ever seen Kanye with any of his other kids? And then you look at that message from yesterday. She said, I told you when they were born, I was going to trademark them. Trademark them? What the fuck? It's business, bro. This was all business, bro. Let's get down. It's time for us to have children. It wasn't these babies were created out of love and they were just, you know, making love and making babies, bro. They were making future. They were making legacies for themselves through their children, bro. And now this is where it is. He wants to put his daughter on a fucking P. Diddy song, who literally, you still don't know the details of how far this goes. While he's doing KKK shirts, or while he's doing Nazi shirts, saying he's part of the KKK and trying to do church. I wouldn't let my children near him either. Everything you touch, you fucking destroy. You're not putting my daughter in a fucking P. Diddy fucking song. I'll go to war with this. You're gonna lose, bitch. You're gonna lose. You're not ruining their life for your pride. Is this a father? Or is she a mother? What the fuck is this? Whoosh. I don't even know where that all came from. The ace can be reckless, and you need to consider your actions carefully in order to see any project through. I don't know. I don't know where I just went off the deep end on that. Reverse meaning. You may have taken so many things on that you're in danger of burning out. You have plenty of ideas, but you don't see them through. You need to learn to have more confidence in yourself and your creative vision. Okay, what does that mean? It means you see something, but you're not sure that it's going to work, so you're going to try something else. You're going to put your hand in all these pots. You just don't know which one will work, so you want to be part of everything. It's better to be part of everything than nothing. So therefore, you're not putting all of your energy into one thing. You're spreading it thin, hoping that anything will work. You need to learn to have more confidence in yourself and your creative vision. Meaning you should have trusted the first one. You didn't trust the first one to come to fruition, and you gave up before. You didn't put in the work, so you tried to start doing something else. Sounds like fucking Jonica and Russ over there. You know what I mean? Oh, this didn't work. Let's try something else. This didn't work. You didn't work it. You didn't make it work. You're not putting in the effort. You just want anything to work, just to say you're working. Stick by my side while I'm working. Gosh, Russell. Did you ever make that song? Make a resolution to finish the things you start, and you will be surprised, and you will surprise yourself and the people around you. That's what's funny, is he said he was going to release this, and now he says summer, spring, summer, meaning he hasn't even given it a date. Can't even lock in a date. And going back to it, where's the hair product that's pinned right next to it that was supposed to come out last spring or summer? Where's the movie? Where's the documentary? Where's the blog? Where's all these creative ideas? Where's your basketball team? Where's the new cars you bought? Where's all these things that you get into and don't finish? Love you, Ross. Depending on the surrounding cards, the Ace of Wands reverse can indicate problems of a sexual nature. Oh, God. This just keeps coming up. I thought about it today. I was like, this isn't going to help you. You know what it's going to do? It's not going to help your dick. It might turn on your feelings, but your dick is still going to be limp. This ain't going to help you. It's not. I thought about it this morning. I told guys that they could try it to help them, but it's not. What's worse than being all turned on and your dick won't get hard? I guess that's exactly where you are now. You can't ground the energy, bro. That's what that means. This is, too, a denial of personal expression, and you need to look at the reason this situation has arisen and seek help in resolving it. Sometimes this card can mean an inability to conceive a child. Well, yeah, you have no business making children the way you are. You're going to pass on your curses and your unhealed ways. I tell you that all the time. If you don't fucking heal this, they're going to feel it. Meaning, you better learn this lesson and teach your children this lesson. Otherwise, they're going to have to learn the same hard lesson. Period. Going back to it, it's like, yeah, why can't I feel good? You don't feel good. And honestly, like, how could you possibly want, you know what I mean? That's lust. It's not love. That's what's happening right now. Sex is no longer satisfying because you're not in a lustful place. It's a spam risk. Yeah, your willpower. Where are you trying to push your will onto people? Don't know. Bitch, working hand. Oh, God. Lots of worry, huh? You worried? What are you worried about? I'm not worried. I mean, I really wasn't. I was just curious. Alright, the Nine of Swords is a card about anxiety and inner anguish, sometimes called the Dark Night of the Soul. Oh, okay. Well, welcome. Your thoughts revolve in fruitless circles, and you are tormented by fears of all kinds. You may be plagued by nightmares and evil premonitions. This may stem from being diagnosed with a serious illness, experiencing the death of a loved one, financial difficulties, job loss, or other stresses, real or imaginary. Meaning what? I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. And you just keep replaying the things that are falling apart. Your mental state is magnifying things out of all proportion, running various pessimistic scenarios in your head. Yeah, that's how it works. It's the end of your world. You think you're going to lose. I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to be homeless. You better be careful saying all that, because it really will come to pass. You're telling what's going to happen. You're telling yourself your future. You better stop saying that. You're just projecting fears. Your fears will become your future if you keep talking like that. How do I know? I know. What happened to me? My biggest fear. I don't want to go home. I'm going to end up fucking homeless in my car for fucking Christmas. When I won't have a Christmas, it'll be the worst thing. What happened? Exactly that. I drove right into it. You can run away from the exterior threat, but you can't run from yourself. Don't let fear immobilize you. Do your fears relate to something that might happen or something that has already happened that worry will not change? Is this really going to happen? Are you really going to lose everything? Then breathe. If you know for a fact, like, I knew I was going to lose my house. After I went to court in the eviction, I had 30 days. Did I pay attention? Nope, I didn't even pay attention to it. I knew I was going to lose it. Am I going to panic for 30 days and cry about it for 30 days and try to find a way to fix it for 30 days? Or I accept in 30 days you're about to lose your entire life. I just kept living my life. I didn't even pay attention to it. But I knew it was going to happen. And that's it. If you're really about to lose it, then let it go. Just accept that it's already gone and move on. What are you going to do after it's gone? And that's it. You see the tower falling, and you're trying to grab shit out of it. You're trying to grab people, trying to grab memories. You're trying to fix it. Call 911. Call Mr. Plum. Call somebody. Somebody can help us. We can get out of this. Somebody, anybody, please help me. It's all about to come crumbling down. Please, somebody help me. Nobody answers that call. And it all crumbled in front of you. It's not like you didn't know it was going to crumble. It's not like you were actually going to be able to fix it. It's falling. London Bridge is falling. And what is it? Your life, your reality. It's all falling apart. And you're sitting in there and you're just trying to grab anything on the way down. But it's supposed to fall apart. It really is. It's not the devil, guys. It's part of the awakening. The dark night of the soul is ignited by the tower, meaning something really hard, adversity, trials, and tribulations just hit you, and this is what starts your soul's pain. You have to go into to get your soul out of there, dude. You gotta walk in the spirit now. Your flesh has no more power. They've taken away all the power of your flesh, and you're gonna have to go through the pain of your flesh to get your soul to get out of this. You can look back and blame yourself. You can blame other people, but I promise you in the end, you're going to really know it was God. And that's where this journey starts, where you have to forgive God for what he did. And understand that what he did was to help you. There's a long way of this, of hating God for doing these things. And that's where it is you're going to you're going to realize his power in your life. That it's all good, though. Like, why are you doing this to me, God? I want something better for you. I know this hurts, but you're going to get through this. It's painful, bro. It's very painful to lose your life. Oh, my doggy? Oh, she's barking in her sleep. And that's what it means. I lost my job. I lost my life. I lost my girl. I lost my life. I lost my house. I lost my life. I lost my clothes, everything. They stole everything. I lost my life. You keep thinking these things are what give you life, but as you lose them, you realize you're still living. And you're actually living better without these things. But at first, no, you feel like you're losing your life. Not my blanket, God, that's all I got left. You want me to give up my blanket, God? It's all I have left. You're gonna be okay without your blanket. I'll get you a new one on the way. Stuff like that. It's hard. Because it's your life. It's parts of your life that are being pulled out underneath you, and you're about to lose your life. But you're going to get more life, I promise you. It's hard. Do your fears relate to something that might happen? Meaning, are you afraid that it's going to happen, or it's already happened? Or something that has already happened, that worry will not change. Stop seeing the problems that don't actually exist, and make a plan for action to deal with the ones that do. Right? They may not be as bad as you think, and the mental self-torture is certainly worse than any real physical pain or loss. If thoughts are intentions sent out into the universe, you may be attracting the very thing you fear. And that's what Mike shared yesterday, and that's what they tell you, is you've got to be careful. Don't think this. Don't fear. First off, I can't tell you what to think. You have to acknowledge that you really think this way. I'm very scared about what's going to happen. That's true. You have every reason to be fearful. Now listen to yourself and talk to yourself through your fears. I'm scared of this, and I'm scared of this, and I'm so scared of this, and I'm scared of this. Now, as you're talking to yourself and telling yourself your fears, yourself will calm yourself. Say, that could happen, but we're going to be okay. No, that's not going to happen to us. I know it's happened before. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? This is this rebuilding of yourself. When such thoughts surface, tell yourself, stop, and send out a positive intention. And that's it. It's like, all right, calm down. You have to tell yourself, stop. Stop thinking about this. Go outside, take a breath, you know what I mean? Take a minute. But ultimately, you have to work through your thoughts and stop them. They're not going to stop just because you said. You can stop them for a minute. And that's usually what happens as a child. Someone yells, screams, stop, and everybody stops. They're not going to stop forever, but you have their attention. And that's it. You tell yourself, all right, stop. Everything's going to be okay. I know I don't know how, but I know the universe and God are going to fix my life. That's sending out positive intentions. That's saying, I am asking God and the universe to come in and fix my life. You're telling yourself what you know. You're giving yourself a new knowing. I don't know, I know. Stop. I know we don't know. I don't know what to do. But I know that everything's going to be okay. And in time, we'll know what to do. I know God is going to take care of us. And you keep telling your mind so it knows. It doesn't know anything but what it's already seen. You're telling it positivity. And then as you say it out loud, you're telling God, I believe, I'm telling myself to believe you're going to fix this. I'm telling myself not to worry that you will fix this. The universe hears that very much. He heard you. Atta girl. Keep telling yourself that, and I'll take care of this. He's going to take care of it anyways. He just wants you to believe him. You don't know that he's doing this for you. He's going to take care of you no matter what, even if you don't believe him. And that's where I can take people and look them back through their life and look, that was God. That was God. That was God. He was there with you always. He never left you. That's God, bro. That's God right there. If thoughts or intentions, yeah, it is those experiences that are most difficult and testing that are the ones that make you grow most. Loss of possessions may result in freedom of burdens. Right? They're only things after all. Illness, even debilitating or terminal illness, can lead to self-discovery, new perspectives, closeness with the divine, and acceptance. It all depends on your approach and mental attitude. It's your choice. And that goes back to your will. Where do you want to put your thoughts? I mean, your swords is your intentions, your thoughts. Your will is where you push these thoughts. Okay? Reverse meaning. You are overwhelmed by your fears and inner demons. You have lost a sense of proportion, but the reality of your situation is not as bad as you think. And that's it. It's all happening inside. And that was the card we pulled last night. The internal battle. Most of your problems are self-inflicted. You have an opportunity to begin to climb out of this pit of despair. And help is there for you if you ask. And that's what you saw me do. I'm ready to get out of this and ask for help. I'm ready to receive help. I'm ready to, you know what I mean, humble myself and not have to do this by myself no more. You need a fresh perspective, and this may involve talking to and listening to an honest friend, therapist, or doctor. Again, I'm my own therapist, doctor, and friend. You got a friend in me. What is it? It was the divine. You saw it. It happened out of nowhere last night. And again, this had to be, you had to wake up with a better mindset. You have to clear all of this out before tomorrow where you wake up with a better mindset. That's all you're trying to do. You're not trying to do better. You're just trying to be better. How do you be better? The way you think and the way you know what I mean, you act. It's not necessarily I do better as work, but my work gets better too. When I'm not all, caught up in my feelings and fears and anxieties, I can deliver these messages without me getting in the way and putting my, all my extra on it. Some extra on it, you salty bitch. Outcome, please. 8 of Cups. Gotta find our way out. Gotta take the road less traveled. And that goes back to you, whoever you are. I know exactly who you are, you coward ass. You need to leave that situation, bro. You're like, you can't tell me to leave my... Okay, fine. She's gonna tell you not to talk to people the rest of your fucking life. She's gonna tell you what you can and can't do, and you're not gonna listen to me and tell you can. She's gonna tell you what you can't do, and I'm gonna tell you what you can do. You go ahead and listen to that. See where you end. I'll check in on you in a couple months. On page 88. Deep down, you have changed and become dissatisfied with your life. Some soul searching has revealed that you need to discover a deeper meaning to find yourself and become a person you want to be. Who do you want to be, Allie? You're like 27. What are you gonna do with your life? You're almost 30, bro. Who do you guys want to be? Marshall, what do you want to be? You still have life in you. What are you going to do with the rest of your life? You're going to keep being a fucking bunk-ass rapper? You're about to be a grandpa. You're going to retire and be your grandpa? You want to be a boyfriend? You want to be a husband? What do you want to be? You want to be a swimmer? I don't know. Why did I say that? I don't know. I just saw him in a fucking swimsuit. You want to swim? Do you swim? You know how to swim? I don't know where that came from. Can you imagine Marshall in a swimsuit? Never, right? He takes his shirt off, but yeah, I saw him in a swimsuit. Interesting. I don't know. This may mean leaving behind. Maybe he's a great swimmer. Do you even own a pool? How do you feel in a swimsuit? I'm just wondering. This may... That was weird. I know. I have questions. This may mean leaving behind material security and old relationship things you previously desired but no longer bring fulfillment. This is a journey into the unknown and will take courage. I see Lewis just quit after the first weekend. You quit after one paycheck? Yeah, I just wanted to see what it felt like to drive one of those. I didn't really want to own one. He wouldn't, but I'm just saying, you could quit. Lewis walked away from it? Yeah, I just wanted to try it out. It didn't really fit. I didn't see that I was going to do too good I'm cool. You didn't think they're going to win? I didn't really care anymore. I just wanted to drive the car. What are people going to say? They're going to be shocked. And then he goes on to do whatever he wants. Lewis swims. I don't know, I'm just saying. You can quit your job. You could totally quit your job. You're like, you'd have to give up some money, but hopefully you still have the money to give it back. But then you'd be even worth money. More money. They'd want to know everything about why you quit your job. They'd make up all these stories of why you left Ferrari. They'd say that Ferrari kicked you out. They'd make up so many conspiracy theories of why you just said, I'm cool. He could. He really could at any time. Like, I quit. I mean, I know there's, just like Kanye, there's going to be some backlash to that contract. I'm sure there's some, you can't just walk off the job type shit. There's going to be some penalties for this. But then Ferrari would be sitting there with their thumb up their ass. They'd have to bring in some backup driver that hasn't even trained, and that's their fault for not giving them enough training, because that's exactly what these men are meant to do. And then, and that's it. He would ruin their season. He'd go out with a bang, bro. It'd be great. And then the next thing, everybody would want Lewis. They'd be ready to fire somebody to get Lewis in their car. Like, Lewis Hamilton is free? Go get him. No, I just don't feel like driving. I don't really like to drive. It would be the greatest story forever. Like, what the fuck happened to Lewis Hamilton? He would be then they'd just be watching him all the time, wondering what his next move is. What's he working on? What's he doing? That'd be good, Lewis. That's a good one. Just walking. After a lot of consideration, I decided I no longer want this position. Good luck to Ferrari and to all of the drivers this season. And I'm out. Oh my god, it would be all over everywhere, dude. It'd be the biggest thing. He'd break the internet. All because of what? Because he just didn't want to lose? I don't feel like losing this year. No. Lewis wants to win the losing battle. I just thought about it. It's like, you could. I thought about it last year when he said the death of Slim Shady. Something came into my mind, and I was like, I cried about it. I made a video about it. He has the power to shut down all his music, bro. And it entered my fucking imagination. What if he shut down all his music? How sad it would be. How devastating, the roller coaster of emotions to lose all of Slim Shady. He has the power to take it. He gave it to you. He could take it away from you. In the sense of how many people would be devastated if Lewis just all of a sudden stopped driving. Oh my god. It would just make him worth more, to be honest. You don't realize that. You never even thought about it. Yeah, you'd be the biggest thing, dude, quitting your job. They would not understand what to do with you. Nobody would know what to do, and everybody would want to do, be part of your next creative venture. And again, yeah, all those fucking teams, they'd be calling you like crazy, bro. Do you need a ride? You want to ride my car? You want to drive my car? You want to drive my car? Fucking NASCAR. You want to drive a car? Fucking everybody be calling you. You want to drive a car? You want to be a car? You want to be a coach? You want to be a pitman? You want to do commercials? You want to be in a movie? Tell your story. Just tell us what it feels like to quit your job. It could be fun. I'm ready for it, Lewis. Tell me what it feels like to be free again. Again, it's his choice. He can do whatever he wants. It's his life. And it's like, his biggest fear is like, what would people say? Dude, they'd go crazy. But not in the way you think. I'd lose everything. No, you would gain everything. You'd have every possibility. You wouldn't have to fight for a contract, dude. They'd be throwing people out the car to put you in. They'd ask you to be a team coach. They'd ask you to be all kinds of shit, bro. All kinds of shit. There's so many possibilities. And that goes back to Marshall, bro. If he stopped writing raps and realized that he is a writer, he could write scripts. He could write poetry. He could write music. He could literally write for other people and we could have better music. He could do, you know what I mean? He could write symphonies. He's a writer. And that goes to all of my creatives, you know what I mean? You know, Russ, you know what I mean? Kendrick Lamar wrote a fucking book. Yeah, that's a book I don't want to read. There's a real page turner. I heard Timmy Turner. Who sang that? I think that was Future or something. That was a good song. You think that you can only do one thing, but you could do a million things if you're doing that one thing. Truthfully. And then there's Marshall. He's already been in movies. What if he's like, I'm going to go back to acting. I feel like I want to do it. What if he was a comedian? That would be great. He could do stand-up. He could do all kinds of things. Yeah, he can judge other singers and stuff like that. He could be you know what I mean? He could be the next biggest producer and just sell beats, you know, on BeatStars. This is all below him, but it's all, you know, new for him and something that could benefit the world. If we could buy beats off of fucking, you know, Marshall, then, you know, that'd be cool. Who wants a Marshall beat? Eminem, sorry. You don't know Miss Marshall. You should get to know that guy. He's pretty cool. Alright, anyways. Quit your job is what I heard. Lewis, this may mean leaving behind material security, old relationship, things you previously desired, which no longer bring you fulfillment. This is a journey into the unknown and will take great courage. You may even, and that's you over there, Royce. You want to teach someone how to fight? You want to learn how to fight? You want to, like, become a boxer or something, get knocked out? Put your hands up. What do you want to do with all this? You're all about this fight life. You always have been. I told you were made as a fight energy. You still want to be a rapper? You want to learn how to fight. You want to teach people how to fight. You want to know, you want to get in the fight. Are you an advocate to the fight? What are you doing? Spineless ass. Your girlfriend won't let you talk to me? Put up a fight. You may even move to a new place or country. You want to come to Colorado? We got great summers. We get a little hot around here. Like the Hermit, this card can also mean withdrawing from outer activities to seek greater self-awareness within. I know, I'm far more fun to hang out with than your fucking friends and lovers. Jeez, what a boring thing. You know that I'm always got something funny going on. I'm like, that's just really the truth. It's like, what are we doing? We are doing. As much as I ain't saying shit, we're doing lots of shit. Alright, let's see. Reverse meaning. You are refusing to walk away from a situation or a relationship that's not working. Bro. He's got reason to be scared. I was scared. You know what I mean? If I fucking leave this, I'm gonna lose my children. I'm gonna lose my security. I'm gonna lose everything. Bro, you told me that you don't even talk to your mom because of her. That's gotta be crucial, bro. Because your mom's all about her other fucking grandchild. That's gotta hurt your feelings. You did that, though. I'm not saying that your mom, obviously, your mom is not a great person. But she's still your mother, and just because she wasn't a great mother doesn't mean she can't be a great grandmother. And they do learn with their grandchildren. And obviously, she's very excited about her granddaughter, but it doesn't mean she doesn't love her grandsons. And you made it clear that you're denying them the ability, you're denying her an ability to be a grandmother because she's not respecting your wife, is what you told me. And you're denying your children a grandmother. My kids didn't have one. My mom died. They don't know what it means to have a grandmother. Sorry, Marshall, this is hurting him too. Yeah, they weren't great parents, bro, but you give them a chance to be great. Again, give them a chance to be better. And then, yeah, it's kind of irritating you didn't treat me like that. Well, that's your inner child coming out, bro. But in essence, you know what I mean? It's like, what else is she keeping you from, bro? Your loyalty to this is keeping you from what? And why would God deny you your children? That goes back to it. It's like, you want me to leave my children? No, I want you to move out of the house with the wife. And nobody said to give up your children. But you have this attachment that you can't have your children unless you have the wife. I don't know exactly where that came from. Maybe, you know, because of what happened in your family. I'm not really sure. But going back to it, he saw this as this huge, you know, I'm going to lose everything forever fucking with you. And I asked him that. I said, did God punish you for fucking with me? He said, no. I was like, then why is he going to punish you for loving me? He wants me to be loved. He wants me to love you. You know what I mean? The only punishment is everybody's judgment about this. It's like, did he take your kids away? Did he, you know, And then he said, I told her, whatever, she found out. It still didn't change anything. I think the only thing is she's limited at his phone calls. But in the essence, this is a real relationship, bro? Are you really happy in this? No, you're not. And that's fine. I don't, you know what I mean? Going back to it, it's like, okay, fine. I can accept my feelings and go put them somewhere else. But what about you, bro? And that was Russ. Alright, fine. I am not this bitch. I ain't never, ever gonna be that bitch. I'm not gonna even try to be this bitch. If you want a bitch like that, that's fine. Get a better bitch. Because you're being a bitch right now, bro. And this has nothing to do with Royce and his wife. So that's a whole different... I mean, it's not, though. Going back to logic and NF. All of you are in this thing that you feel like you're letting down women and children by standing up for yourselves. And you feel like you're going to lose your children to these women for standing up for yourselves. Why would God do that when all you care about is your children? That's the only reason you're with these bunk-ass women. It's because of your children. You self-sacrificed yourself for these children. If you stand up for yourself, do you think God's not going to give you your children? Not fully. You're not going to own them, bro. They're not yours to own. Going back to Kanye and Kim. They're ours to love. You don't own them. You don't trademark their asses, bro. But yeah, once it's over, it's like, these are my kids. These are my kids. And me and my ex-husband, bro, I didn't play that game until it became, I had to really stand on the enforcement of what it is. You only want these kids as possession to say that you're a fucking father and a good man, but you're not being a father, you're not being a good man, you're not even capable of holding it down. Because if you were, you would support them from afar. You would have been a father from afar. You would have paid for them. If you could do those things, you can do those things without them under your roof. You want them under the roof because you want the pride of saying, these are mine and I'm successful. Going back to these men. They feel like they're not good fathers if they don't stay with these wives and live in the home with their children. Bitch, why you don't get a better wife and a better home and bring your children home too? Oh, because you don't want to look like Kanye with a naked wife out here, a naked stepmother? Then make sure you stay single until you got the right mother for those children. You know what I mean? And that goes back to girls. It's like, no man wants me bringing men around my children. But I don't just bring men around my children. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing. It's like, you're not going to be taking my children around no bitches like that. That is the most disrespectful thing that ever. You know what I mean? Kanye and Bianca and Kim has to deal with this. You got her... Oh, God. That's sickening. She can do it, we can do it. Going back to it, it's like, you're aware, we're aware, everybody's aware that your relationship sucks, including the people, you and your partner. Which one of you are going to do something about this? Do either of you deserve a happy life in this lifetime? Those kids are going to resent you for living in a loveless house. And they will get to an age where they'll not come home. And then you're going to be stuck in that loveless house with just each other. And the kids, the reason you stayed together, are gone. And now you're older and even more codependent and even more fearful about leaving each other. Whatever. That's what I said. You're going to be married you're going to do this for more and more years. How do you make it through the days? And that's what I told Russ. Russ, this relationship with Jonica is it. The days become the weeks become the years. You're going on 2 years with this, 3 years with this broad. By that time, you should be having a real relationship. Somebody should be mating. You've been dating for 3 years. Are you getting married? Are you having children? Where's the growth in this relationship? Or you're just fucking for another 5 to 10 years. And maybe we'll make it real. It's not real now. It's not going to be real then. It's going to come up real that you've wasted your life and maybe nobody else wants you and you should probably just take this person. It's kind of where I think you are. I'm just quiet. It's like it hasn't sunk into him yet. And that's your standard, Russ. The longer it goes on, it's like this is who you are. You haven't evolved, bro. You are as immature and as low vibrational as your 24-year-old girlfriend, bro. Excuse me, 25. She's going to be 25. And that's why he's out here trying to make music for 25-year-old little girls. Who's the pedophile? In the sense of, we see how she thinks. This is her mentality. And this is his partner. She is like him. He is like her. That's what it means to have a partner, is you get me. We're on the same level. We vibe together. We're the same type. We have fun. We're a thing. Russ is a 25-year-old little girl. Bobby is 30, he's the same age as you. He's 10 years, 32. And his wife is 37. He's always been attracted or been linked with older women. He has an older, you know what I mean? He's more mature. In order for him to be with older women, when I met him, I was in 30 and he was like 25. Something like that. I don't know, he's 10 years, I don't know. Is he 10 years younger than me? Hold on. Think. Yeah, okay. So then I would have been like, if he was 25, I'd have been like 35. Is that true? I don't know how old he is. I'm sorry, I'm going blank. But the whole point of it is he always had older women because he himself was far more mature. He could hold a conversation with more mature. He gravitated towards maturity. Whereas these men are gravitating towards immaturity. Women of that state are immature. Duh. But let's look at the men. That means in order for the men to entertain these women, they must sink to their levels. Be immature. So, is he trying to bring her up to his maturity level? Or ultimately, he is just immature, staying with an immature girl? And that's what it is. If I can paint her out to be a woman, she won't look like such an immature little girl. Okay, but you're out here looking like an immature little girl. Talking about your mommy issues, the way you dress, playing basketball, buying fucking cars and jewelry. You know what I mean? All of this. She is you, bro. In a female fucking form. And that's what I used to say. It's like, I'm the karmic. I'm the one that's not part of this. Like, you guys are totally fucking for real, like, exactly like other. How do I fit into this? Realistically. And that's it. It's like, you're going to stay immature with her through all these years. Maturity doesn't come through, you know what I mean, through age. Obviously, if you're turning 33 and you're still, 25 in the brain, and that's what it is. It's your videos. Look at all the posts with her. You're being immature. You're drinking. You're buying fucking designers like you never had it. Like you don't got closets full of them. You're buying new cars. You're taking pictures on boats and shit. These are all, let's take a hot air balloon ride with my 23-year-old girlfriend. Let's bring the whole family to, where was it? I don't know, fucking Egypt or something. Like, you're acting up very immature and from a childish state, bro. Period. In your heart, you know you need to act, but while a part of you wants to explore new horizons, another part of you is afraid of doing so because of what you might lose or what other people might say. It is time to face the truth. If you dump that bitch, she's gonna find another dude real quick, and how many girls are gonna come after you? Unfortunately, you're gonna get girls just like this. Now they know your type. They're gonna be like her. You're gonna get a bunch of little girls. Because that's what you're going to get what you've always got until you get something better. It is time to face the truth. You're not happy or fulfilled, and you are suffering. I think I'm asking for it now. He's going to get me today. I feel it. He's going to get me with her today. Or she's going to try to post that they're such a happy couple. You're going to post you in his house with his dogs? You in his house with his studio equipment? Or are you going to take your bitch ass home to your apartment that he bought you? You can't compete, bro. You're just nothing more than another one of his possessions. He possesses you by the shit he buys you. And so will the next guy. You're a store-bought bitch, bro. Store-bought bitch. And there's a billion bitches like you that he can buy that will actually come cheaper. Come cheaper? That's his girl. He loves the way you take it and swallowing his babies and all that shit. Bitch, please, know your space. Anyways, I'm like, oh, he's going to get you for this. Get me. Get me. Hit me with your best shot. Go ahead, Russ. Try to show me that you're not suffering, bro. Try to show me that you're happy and fulfilled and you're not suffering today. Try to show me. Show me, Russ. Show the world that you're not unhappy, that you're not suffering, that you're living the best of your life. You're thriving, you're growing, you're prosperous, you're full of abundance. Go ahead, Russ. Go ahead. Pull your panties down. Let's see how happy you are with your limp dick. You need to devote some attention to your own needs, Russ. Your own dreams, Russ. Your own happiness, Russ. Not frivolous, superficial manner like her and your family, but on a deep spiritual level. Russ. Who else can go with that? And that would be back to you, fucking Bobby. Non-spirit. Where's your spirit? Where's your spine? Royce. Logic. NF. What the fuck are you doing with your life, bro? What the fuck are you doing? That goes back to it. He's been listening for 2 years. He ain't done shit with his life for 2 years, bro. Nothing. Nothing? No. I mean, he was on tour when this started, and he had a baby, but you can see he's not part of the baby's life. He just lives there. This is some bullshit, bro. I'm dead ass, bro. What the fuck are you doing with your life, NF? Fuck are you doing, Royce? At least these guys are bullshitting with albums and tours and fucking merch. We know what they're doing, wasting their time. Where are you wasting your time? Oh, shit. Guys, come on. Get it together. Not in a frivolous, superficial manner, but on a deep and spiritual level. Sit down. I said this yesterday. Sit down with your feelings, bro. Work through them and start doing things that, you know what I mean? Start making moves that are going to make you happy. Meaning move, bro. Move out of these situations. It's exactly what this says. Is that it could be an actual move. This means leaving behind material security, old relationships, and things that you previously desired but no longer bring fulfillment. You gotta look at yourself, dude. You gotta look at your spirit. You're killing your spirit in these situations, bro. Because what? Because you believe it's the right thing to do? Does it feel right? Does it make you feel good? Then you're not living right, bro. Because God didn't bring you here to make you feel bad. You shouldn't do things that make you feel bad. You do things that you're afraid of. You do the hard things, but you don't do things that make you feel bad. You gotta do what's right. Sometimes they don't feel good. But you don't do shit that makes you feel bad and keeps you feeling bad all the time. Russ, if you want to fight, let's fight. I'm always ready for a fight with you, but you're just fighting yourself. And that's to every one of you. That goes, I'm seeing Wolfman, bro. You need to pay attention to your own needs. Do you have it? You're just filling up your bucket list. I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to do this, I want to do that. Bro, where's the self-control of your wants? Where do your wants end and your real desires begin? Hey, I love all of you. Again, I have a whole soul tribe that makes this more understandable, but yet you need to just understand, especially on a moon day. We sit in our mind, we sit in our thoughts, and we sit in our feelings, and we work through them on a moon day. We go into the deepest levels, and we come out. This is a transformational period where you can literally, go in a different direction, and that's where this happens. Again, I don't know exactly the full direction I'm going in. The portal's being opened where I'm like landing a plane and they're going to tell me the rules and how to find, I'm in a new land. For how long? I don't know. Again, that just depends. And that's what the lady said. She's like, as long as you're productive, you could stay here a while. And that's a good thing because I need time. But again, what did God want? You need to be productive. Expansion. So... Anyways, I'm going to leave you on that note. I'm going to go start grounding some new stuff into this world. Again, trying to figure out some new realities for me and my family. And that's what it's being called of you. I know you guys are all mad about me picking on your relationships are going to be your problem until you end these relationships. I'm not the problem, bro. Your relationships are your problems. And it's a you problem. They're not affecting me. They're hurting you. And yeah, we're going to keep talking about them. Why? Because God said. He's going to keep breaking it down until you get it. And everyone's going to get it through you. They're getting the healing through you. You'll get it eventually. But they're going to get it too. You were chosen. You were chosen to heal the world. Your story is going to change the world. The parts that you don't want to tell that I'm telling, fine. If you want to hear your side, are we going to hear your side one day? Or she won't let you talk to me. God wants you to be heard. He wants your feelings to be heard, and he's telling the whole world that you feel so that you can hear your own feelings because you're not listening to him. I'm sorry that you're unhappy in these relationships. I stayed in many relationships unhappy, just trying to maintain them like yourselves. So in essence, I see myself suffering like you, and it gets really upsetting. You know, that's the mirror effect. But at the same time, it's like I did it too. I could have got out of there. I could have saved myself. I could have saved my children. Yeah, it was going to be hard. And it has been hard ever since I left him. Both of them. It was always hard to try to find a way, but it's easier not dragging him along. He was never going to provide that for me. Is that I had to provide it for me and him. You know? And yeah, I was afraid I'd lose my kids. He tried. He's kidnapped my kids from the beginning. I was afraid I'd lose my kids to them because they had, you know, he had better money and support, and, you know, I wasn't all put together. But that didn't stop the truth. God oversees the courts. God sees what's going on, and it's God who talks to these judges in their hearts. They go by their heart. That's what you don't understand. At the end of the day, these people will make a decision based on their hearts knowing. Who lives in the heart of these people? God. These people might not like you at all, but God's inside of their heart, forcing them to have compassion and understanding and to do the right thing by everybody. Not all people in power act from their heart. There's a lot of them that act from their ego and use power against it. And you might come in contact with them, but you understand one thing when you're coming up against a corrupt official. You can't fake God. You know what I mean? It's like God's in my life. You might not think he's in yours, but you can't go against my God. You may think that you're gonna fuck me, but God's not gonna let you. And that's really what it is you're afraid of what you might lose. But you need to trust God. And especially when we're talking about your children and stuff. It's like, I can't leave them. You know, that's your biggest fear is if I leave, I'm going to lose my children. The fuck you are. My God's not going to do it. And if you need my help, I'll show you. They're not taking your children away because they're not theirs. And with that kind of mentality, and you've suffered this long for your children, the last thing you're going to do is let them take them away from you. You know what I mean? And that's just God. He knows. But you don't know that he knows. And you don't know that he's going to be there and he's going to make sure that everything's okay. You don't know if your kids are going to forgive you for this. You don't know what kind of life they're going to have if you try to if you try to have a life. I'm a freaking survivor of domestic violence, and mostly what kept me there is because I didn't know how I was going to provide for them. It was better to, you know what I mean, stay here than not know. But staying there did all the damage to me and my children. I just wanted them to have a father. I didn't want them to be a statistic. I didn't want them to hate me. I wanted to have, wanted to make this marriage work. I wanted us to be a family. Just because I wanted doesn't mean that's what it was. I kept us in a lot of danger, dude, because I couldn't just save myself. Codependency, fears, you know what I mean, all different things. I have no one to blame but myself. And you look back, you're like, why didn't you do it sooner? I wasn't ready. Why did you let these things happen for my kids, bro? I know what it means more than anybody else. I literally got beat for my kids. It's not why he was taking it out, but why would I take this kind of behavior? Because my kids, bro. So I know what it means to be in your position where you don't want to lose them, and you'll do anything for them. But you're important. Your safety, your happiness, your future, they're not going to be happy if you're not. And that's truly it, is, all my pain and suffering only poured out on my kids. It wasn't until I started standing up for myself and caring about myself that we had better lives. truthfully. You know, and that was simple. Like right now, my daughter was giving me a bit of an attitude. I was like, look, I am having a period, and I don't want to be bothered. That was me caring for myself, not denying what's wrong with me, but standing up for me. I am having a fucking period, and I want to be left alone. A no to you is a yes to me. I'm standing up and telling you, I can't bend over backwards for you today. I have feelings today, and you need to honor my feelings. Did I have to be, direct? Yeah. But that's me standing up for myself. Instead of dragging myself through pain and suffering to meet every one of your needs. I need me today. I can't do this for you today. That's growth, bro. It's like I'm important too. I need to take care of me. I'm important. My feelings are important. And I've had to say that to a lot of people through this trip. It's like, I get where you're coming from, but do you understand that I have feelings? That this is what you're making me feel? That you're not aware of my feelings? I have to live with my feelings. You know what I mean? So, deal with those feelings, guys. Hey, I love you. Laters. Bye. I got Wedgie.